Hey everybody, Keith Dotson here, and you're looking at the old Methodist church in the now abandoned downtown area of Adams, Tennessee. And before I explain why I'm here, let me say sorry for the background noise. Someone's doing some construction work nearby and there's a lot of sawing going on. What we're looking at here is the J.E. Winters Dry Goods Company building. If you look closely, you can see the name on the bricks in faded paint above the storefront. The Masonic emblem on the front dates the building to October 1897. The Tennessean newspaper in Nashville featured a news item about this business in November of 1899. It said, quote, "A stave factory conducted by J.M. Wilder will be in operation at Adams in a few days. J.E. Winters, a leading dry goods merchant of the town, has taken the contract to furnish the white oak timber, a large quantity of which has already been hauled to the lumber yard." End quote. Adams, Tennessee is known worldwide as the home of the Bell Witch legend, which is one of the earliest and supposedly true and verifiable ghost stories in America. Those spooky events happened over the course of a few years between 1817 and 1821, which is well before these buildings were put here. But in spite of how this old downtown looks, Adams is still a thriving little community about an hour north of Nashville. There are some openings to peek into. We'll walk around in a minute and see if we can get a look inside. I've been to Adams a few times, and while I didn't shoot any photographs on this visit, I'll include some of the ones from previous visits at the end of the video if you're interested. Oh, look, this makes me sad. Someone stole the little wooden medallions out of these doors. Man, that sucks. I photographed them before. Look for that with the other images at the end of the video so you can see what they look like. I made a screenshot to lighten up. It's grainy, but at least you can kind of tell what the interior of the old building looks like. Now we'll go look at the few remaining buildings that are left. I imagine at one time this empty space had buildings sitting on it too. After we take a closer look at these, I'll give you some history on these three storefronts. That tag is a quote attributed to Kerouac. It says, "In autumn, Geronimo weeps, no pony with a blanket." Several years ago, I published a blog post with a photo of this quote, and I got a really nice message from a woman who said that her son had spray painted this and that he had passed away at a young age. She thanked me for putting his work out there in the world to see. But the truth is, this is one of the most photographed things in this little town, and it's all over the internet, so I didn't really do much. I can't believe this awning is still hanging in there. It looks like it could come down on somebody's head any day. I was trying to peek above, but I'm just too short to reach. Here's another lightened screenshot of the interior. Just some old furniture in there, looks like. These three buildings were constructed between 1913 and 1915 by some gentlemen named J.B. Sugg, S-U-G-G, and E.W. Robertson, after the buildings previously occupying the site were destroyed in a fire. On the left is the Robertson Company building. By the way, Adams, Tennessee is in Robertson County. That was a hardware store operated by Robertson and Sugg. The middle store was a drugstore called the Sory Drug Company, S-O-R-Y, owned by Dr. Thomas Sory. The building on the right was a post office, and Sugg was also the postmaster, so he was a busy guy, sounds like. Anyways, that's all I've got for this episode. Now, as promised, here are some photographs I made on previous visits to Adams. Thanks for watching. Be sure to visit my website, keithdotson.com.